watching KWQC TV, the news leader, making a difference in the Quad Cities. Live from the KWQC Broadcast Center in downtown Davenport with Morgan Otier and Kyle Keel. This is Quad Cities Live.
Today on QCL, if you think Medicare covers all your health expenses, think again. Our financial expert Heidi Hugheskamp-Collins is here with 5 surprising things Medicare won't cover and how to prepare for those hidden costs.
Plus, fire, storm, and water damage can happen when you least expect it. Warner Restoration Services is here with details on how their team is helping families recover.
The Figge Art Museum is making art more accessible than ever. We're learning more about the expanded Museums for All initiative and how it's bringing the community closer together. Hello and welcome to Quad Cities Live on this Thursday, November 6th. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Morgan Otier alongside my co-host Kyle Keel. The Figge Art Museum is opening its doors wider than ever, expanding access to art for everyone in our community.
Yeah, through its enhanced participation in the Nationwide Museums for All initiative, the Figge will now offer free general admission year-round to visitors presenting a SNAP or EBT card.
Joining us today is Melissa Moore, Executive Director and CEO of the Figge Art Museum. Melissa, welcome back.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Always good to see you.
Yes, this is really exciting.
Yeah.
And an incredible thing that you're doing. So talk a little bit first, though, about what the Museums for All program is. We mentioned it is actually a nationwide program that the Figge participates in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Museums for All actually was founded by IMLS years ago. We've been a partner for a long time, but we've offered $2 reduced admission. We thought that this was the perfect time to go ahead and drop that to free admission. It just makes sense, and it's something we're committed to doing for the future.
Amazing.
Yeah, what does this mean for the Quad Cities community?
You know, we really feel it's important that people recognize that basic needs as well as art are things that everybody should have access to.
Sure.
We think about food for the body, art for the spirit, and by throwing our doors open even wider, we hope that people can take advantage of that and feel like they really belong at the museum.
Yeah.
Art is the visual representation of the lived experience, right? It's there with us through the hard times and the good. It's how people express themselves, and so we thought that this would be the perfect moment to just throw the doors even wider open and invite everyone in.
Amazing.
That's great.
So for anybody who is an EBT card holder or SNAP, how does this process work? What do they need to know to fully take advantage of this?
We try to keep it as simple as possible.
Okay.
So if you show up to the museum and you have your EBT or SNAP card along with a photo ID, then you get free admission for yourself and your family.
Yeah.
And that's it. Every day of the year that we're open, all hours that we're open.
Yeah, very easy.
Yeah, this is really giving more people that access to art, which really aligns with the Figge's mission in general.
You know, we think that access to art is something that really helps with community well-being, and so we want to make sure that if we say we're going to be a good partner and a good member of this community, that we're showing up and really doing that.
Yeah. So along with that, this weekend actually, you're hosting a food and fun drive, and this is for the Riverbend Food Bank. That's coming up this Saturday during your Second Saturdays initiative, which is something that has been ongoing at the Figge. But talk a little bit about that food and fun drive and that partnership and how it all works.
You know, we were thinking about it. We love the Riverbend Food Bank as a partner. We wanted to make sure that those who may be less familiar with them, but perhaps more familiar with the Figge, could have an opportunity to get them to know them better. And so we're going to be hosting this fun and food drive. Anybody who comes to the museum and donates canned food, and they do have a list of what they're looking for, or funds, so monetary donations, will get free admission to the museum during Second Saturday, of course, but also free passes to come back in the future. And then those who donate, make monetary donations, get entered into a raffle for a basket of valued at over $400
Oh,
on
wow.
these. Yeah, so
That's a
we
good
just,
deal.
and you know, one of the reasons we wanted to really push that part of it is because the Riverbend Food Bank will take any generosity in any of these forms, but the dollar really stretches when they are able to receive that monetary donation. So for $1, they can have 5 meals. They have access to this. So we just want to encourage people to give in any way that they're comfortable, and we will make sure we're accommodating all of that.
It's true, though. They really know more than anyone else what they need and what they're, you know, what the people that come to the food bank need and are asking for.
Yeah, and every dollar goes a really long way. So, yeah, great partnership that you have there. And you mentioned, you know, people coming back to the Figge. If you go to the Figge this weekend, and it might be different a month from now. So if you go once, you haven't been and you haven't seen it all yet. You guys have a lot of exhibitions coming along the way. So what else can people expect as they come to Second Saturdays?
So every second Saturday of the month, as you know, is free to the public. We offer creative options in many forms. And so everything from free yoga and wellness all the way up to hands-on art making in the studios.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'll be a good day. It always is.
There's a lot for everybody. So we put a little graphic together on the screen so you kind of know what to expect. That food and fun drive, it goes for 5 hours, so pretty much the entire day at the Figge. They kick off the morning with yoga. That's right in the beautiful lobby. And then we've got art cart, a sketchbook club, crafts, and ceramic leaf glazing. And a lot of it is really like seasonal and timely as well. Like you're making something for the Thanksgiving holiday coming up or something that's really fall inspired. So yeah, always changing, always something new for everybody. So yeah, thank you so much, Melissa.
That's why we enjoy having the Figge on, because there's always something new to talk about. So if you want to learn more about Second Saturdays, you can head to the Figge's website that we have on your screen, FiggeArtMuseum.org. You can also learn about all the initiatives we talked about today and all the upcoming exhibitions, because it's always changing there at the Figge. Right, Melissa, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Coming up next on QCL, the 5 common healthcare costs Medicare leaves out and what you can do about it. Our financial moment with Heidi is after the break.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
It is time now for our financial moment with Heidi, helping us make sense of the dollars and decisions that affect our everyday lives. And today, we're diving into something that can really catch people off guard: Medicare coverage. Many assume it covers everything health-related once you turn 65, but that's not necessarily the case. Heidi Heuskamp-Collins is here to break down 5 surprising things Medicare will not cover, why it's so important to plan ahead for these potentially out-of-pocket costs. Heidi, welcome back.
Thank you. Good to be back.
Well, I love this topic for today. We've been doing kind of a series, or Heidi has, on Medicare and helping us better understand it, especially as people are electing health insurance right now. So it's very important. So 5 things that may catch people off guard or may be surprising. The first one, cosmetic surgery.
This is a tricky one because, you know, a person may feel that it's not cosmetic surgery that's necessary, but maybe the insurance company or the Center for Medicare would not agree. So as an example, some women need to get breast reduction surgery because they have just debilitating back problems. That's cosmetic surgery.
Is it?
And Medicare will not pay for it.
Okay.
So even though a woman is in just dire pain and just really has, you know, a debilitating condition, it's not paid for.
It's not paid for. Yeah, and I know that's, you know, with cosmetic surgery, that's oftentimes too something that you will run into with just any type of insurance company.
Right.
But it's important to note if, you know, you're starting Medicare. Another one, acupuncture. This is something that is incredibly helpful for a lot of people when it comes to pain management and inflammation and things like that.
It is. And, you know, people think, oh, well, my, you know, chiropractor is covered, you know, so my acupuncture should be covered. Because sometimes the same provider or maybe in the same office, you're receiving both services.
Yeah.
But acupuncture is not covered.
That one is not covered either. Okay, this one I think is really going to surprise people: dental care.
Yes, here's the thing. You know, a lot of us have dental care through our employers, you know, and then we retire. And, you know, we go to our dentist for our, you know, semi-annual cleaning.
Right.
And we get a big bill.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of us, I would say most of us, think that's very important care.
Right.
You know, but it's not. Medicare does not cover dental care.
Okay.
Now, you can buy a Medicare Advantage plan. We talked about these last time. This is Medicare Part C, also called Medicare Advantage.
I remember.
Good job.
We are learning with Heidi. Yes, Medicare Advantage.
And some of these do cover dental care, but you have to be really careful and make sure the dentist that you use is covered by that plan.
Yes, and that's, again, like there are people who, they do this, they will guide you through making these selections too when it comes to Medicare as well.
We do it
right?
at our office.
You do it at your office. Okay, so that is super helpful because you know what you're getting. Eye exams and glasses, that's also something. I mean, when you get it through your employer, like myself, for example, it does not go through my same health insurance. It is a separate health insurance.
It is.
So that makes sense.
But regular Medicare will not cover eye exams or eyeglasses. You know, and this is a big eye opener to a lot of people. You know, they're used to those medical expenses being covered.
Right.
And under Medicare, under regular Medicare, they aren't.
Okay.
Now, you may find, again, a Medicare Advantage plan that will cover those.
Okay.
But a lot of times the eyeglass portion, you know, that cost is capped.
Okay.
You know, again, you have to make sure that your, you know, obstetrician or, you know, your eye doctor is covered.
Yeah. Okay.
In that plan.
Okay. That's good information, good tools to have as you kind of begin this process, because then you know what to ask.
Right.
Sometimes things get left out because people don't even know that they should be asking about that, and then all of a sudden they find themselves without, and it's too late. Finally, and again, surprised by this one a little bit, hearing aids.
Hearing aids. Hearing aids are expensive.
Yeah, they are.
You know, and a lot of folks will get hearing aids before they retire, and then maybe they lose one.
Right.
Or, you know, maybe they need to adjust or something like that.
Yeah.
And they find out they're not covered.
Yeah.
And once in a great while, hearing you can find, you know, maybe the hearing exams are covered with a Medicare Advantage plan, but most often hearing aids are not covered.
Okay.
And they're going to run you several $1,000s.
Oof.
And a lot of people on fixed incomes, we're talking about seniors,
Right.
don't have that in their back pocket.
No, absolutely not. And especially if it's something that you're used to getting through insurance and then all of a sudden you retire, it's something that you didn't think that you would lose, you know, perhaps again when you're not thinking about it. So, wow, some eye openers there, no pun intended. I know we were talking about eyeglasses and eye exams. Heidi, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And a reminder to everybody that Heidi and her team can help with short-term goals. They can help with Medicare selections as well as some major financial milestones. If you want to learn more, visit the website there on your screen. That is hhcinvestments.net. And of course, we would love for you to watch all of our segments together by visiting kwqc.com and clicking the tab for Quad Cities Live. Heidi, we appreciate it. Thank you.
Good to be here.
Yes. Coming up, when disaster strikes from fire to flood, who can you count on to fix it? We're sitting down with Werner Restoration Services to learn more after the break.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
When disaster strikes, whether it's fire, flood, or storm damage, having a trusted team to help restore your home or business can make all the difference. And for nearly 4 decades, Werner Restoration Services has been that team for families across the Quad Cities and beyond. Joining me now is President of Werner Restoration Services, Brent Werner. Brent, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here today. So, as we just mentioned, Werner Restoration Services has been serving the Quad Cities for what, nearly 40 years now. So tell us a little bit about how it all got started many decades ago.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of a fun story.
Yeah.
Dad started back in 1988 out of our garage on 10th Street in Silvis.
Wow.
So very, very humble beginnings for us. And just little by little, you know, employee after employee and truck after truck, you know, we've grown into what we are today, servicing the Quad Cities.
Yes, I think I was reading somewhere, reading about the history of Werner, that you started with like 1 truck and you were going on calls that way, and now it's grown into what it is today, which is amazing, still family owned. What do you think has been the key to that growth over all these years?
Yeah, it's really just sticking to the foundation of who we are and what Dad built the company on, is doing the right thing, doing it all the time, putting the customer first, trying to take care of our employees, and you know, it's simple stuff. It's nothing fancy.
Yeah, keeping everybody happy. So for those who may not be familiar, what types of restoration work does Werner do? I mean, I know we talked about fires, we talked about flooding. I mean, that really does seem to be kind of a wide range.
It is. It is. We tend to get involved in a lot of different things.
Okay.
Primarily, though, it is the water damage, the structure drying, fire restoration, mold remediation, and then, of course, in late spring, early summer, when we have those big thunderstorms come through and tornadoes, we do storm damage repair as well.
Okay. So on the screen right now are some photos that you all provided us, and everybody knows I absolutely love these because they're before and after photos, so you can really see. I mean, look at that situation. Obviously involved in some type of a fire. I can't even tell what kind of a room that is until you see the after photo, and it looks like nothing ever happened. That is incredibly impressive. So when somebody goes through something terrible like that, whether they have a fire in their home or a flood or there's storm damage, what is the process from start to finish? You know, they give you a call, and then what happens?
Sure. It really is, it's job to job.
Okay.
So there's a lot of different things that are going on, but primarily we're going to come out and address your concerns. Everybody's a little bit different. Everybody's concerned about something a little bit different.
Okay.
But we'll write up a scope of work and provide an estimate for the services that you need to get you back to a pre-loss situation. And then, you know, once things are ready financially, we get started, get you taken care of.
Okay, wonderful. Mold remediation, you mentioned that's something that you guys tackle, obviously, when it comes to a flooding situation or maybe storm damage situation. That really must come up a lot. But why is addressing mold quickly such an important factor?
Sure. So just because something gets wet doesn't mean that it's going to end up in a moldy situation.
Sure.
Where mold occurs is when you've got your building materials that become saturated from those summer storms or whatever, and then they sit unaddressed for more than, typically it's about that 72-hour window when you really need to act. You need to get that dried out quickly, otherwise that's what leads to the mold growth.
Okay, so one thing that you wanted to talk about today, and you've mentioned actually a couple of times, is how important prevention is when it comes to home damage. You actually brought some items with you here today as well. So can you kind of take us through maybe some small things that homeowners can just keep in mind?
Absolutely, just a couple quick things. Right now, I'm sure I'm like most of the Quad Cities, and I still have my hose, my garden hose, hooked up to the hose bib outside. And that's fine because it's 60-some degrees today. But in about a month, it's going to turn really, really cold. And what's going to happen if you have that hose hooked up? This is going to break, just like this line here. And well, what a lot of people don't understand is when you shut this off, it actually shuts off inside the home. So come springtime, you won't even know it, and you're going to go out, you're going to turn that hose on, and you're not going to have great water pressure. And you're going to fill your basement up with water as well. So right now is a great time to go out, unhook that hose so you don't have any freezing problems.
This 100% happened to me. So if you're wondering why I'm kind of smiling right now, I didn't unhook my hose on time a couple of years ago in spring, and I hooked it, and my whole basement, I couldn't figure out where the water was coming from. And I had exactly one of those in there. Sorry, keep going, Brent.
No, that's why we're talking about it. And then really the same type of concept here. I brought a number of different hoses. So washer and dryer. Right? So you hook up your brand new washer, and then you use it for the first time, right? And then you go back after you do the first load of laundry and you shut the water off, right?
Yeah.
Nobody does that.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
What happens is this hose is under pressure 24/7, 365, and eventually it's going to break, okay? Cheap hose oftentimes comes with the washer. Replacing it with a braided line, okay, these don't break.
Okay.
And so same type of thing for your washer, your ice maker line. Invest in the good stuff, the braided lines, they last forever.
I love that, and I love that you came on the show and you talked about this, because I think obviously people are looking for solutions to their problems after disaster strikes, but it's great to have somebody to give us these prevention tips as well. Werner Restoration Services is located in Kelowna, Illinois. We've got the address, the phone number on your screen right now. If you want to learn more about services or even job opportunities, because they are hiring, visit them on the web at wernerrestorationinc.com. Brent, thank you so much. We appreciate you being here today.
Thank you.
Yes,
appreciate it.
Thank you. This was great. Up next, our Throwback Thursday segment, and today one of us is looking back at a very snowy fall. All right, it is Thursday, which means it's time for our Throwback Thursday. We have a little guest today in the newsroom. Special guest, no school today. So this is Darby, everybody. So let's start with you. What's your throwback?
Yeah, mine, I was struggling to find one. So I just went back on my memories on my work page.
Yeah.
And 6 years ago, we had snow on the leaves. Oof. So I do remember 2018 was a very, very snowy year. And apparently 2019 was as well, as we had snow on November 6th, it looks like. So this is kind of, to the day. So that means that this is kind of a preview of what we could potentially see this weekend. Some snowflakes falling. It's not going to be a lot of snow, but Eric's going to have the latest at 4 o'clock. But it does look like we'll get our first widespread snowflakes of the season, but not quite maybe anything shovelable.
That always seems to happen on my birthday.
On your birthday,
always get
exactly.
Flakes on my birthday. Today is my birthday.
Happy birthday to Morgan, everyone.
Thank you.
Yes.
Oh,
Darby's
thanks,
singing.
Darby. So that's my throwback.
Yeah.
Is a throwback to, I think I was like 3 or 4.
Look at you. You're thrilled.
Frowny birthday cake photo. This one will
Get that
never.
camera
Yeah,
away
this
from
will
me.
never go away in my
I
family.
love this.
And I also think that little girl kind of looks an awful lot like you, Darby.
Kind of. I've always thought, seeing younger
s-
pictures of you, that Darby definitely resembles you.
I've seen that face before
Yeah.
on this one. So yeah, today is my birthday,
Yes,
and we're
happy
gonna go
birthday.
have dinner and
That's
celebrate
right.
tonight. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, you enjoy yourself, and very happy birthday to you. And
thank you.
I'm telling you, you don't.
I'm
look
gonna
a day
recreate that photo.
Over, you don't look a day over 28 and a half, Morgan.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Create the photo with me.
Yeah, I'll recreate
Yeah,
the photo
recreate
with
the photo.
you,
There you
Darby.
go.
All right. Well,
Twins.
thank you so much for watching QCL.
Jeopardy is coming up next, followed by your local news at 4. We'll see you tomorrow.
Goodbye.